Hey guys, I want to remind you to make sure you get a thumbs up on this video too, and help me out with giving likes on a lot of these videos. I'd like to have a goal where I get 1,000 likes on a video, and we get some good views, but there's sometimes like 10,000 people watching my videos and only 300, 400 likes. So make sure you hit that like for me. I appreciate it. It just helps the channel out. If you want to support this channel and see things get better, just hit the thumbs up. That's a great help. Thank you. What up, guys? CP the Tool Addict. Woo-hoo! How you doing today? Well, today we're going to talk about our good friends. Well, they're not our good friends, but I mean, at the end of the day, none of these tool companies are. But we're going to talk about Sunex, okay? And we're going to talk about Taiwan. We're going to talk about Rebrands, because we have a bunch of stuff floating around there, and I don't want to make this too serious, but the reality of it is we're in a culture now where we can put our name. I can put my name on this funnel and call it CP's funnel, and people think that I made it. It's the smoke and mirror technique, dog and pony show, and yeah, well, let's get into it and let's just look at some of this stuff here. All right, so we're gonna pick on a couple companies specifically. Let me get black on black action here. I know it's probably not the best background for this, but we got some decent lighting. Let's get 22. Alright, so let's talk about who manufactures these tools. Okay? When I talk about Rebrands, this is an ADV. Okay? And if you look at this, and you look at this at a glance, if you didn't know the names on them, you'd honestly think these were the same sockets. In reality, one is a Sunex and one is an ADV. Now I lost this socket. I did have it in a Sunex, but I lost this socket. And this is an ADV CP2146V. And if you look at this, they're pretty much the same size. We're gonna break out the mic here a second. All right, like I was saying, if you look at these, they seem like they're exactly the same at glance, or are they? We're going to look at them in a hole setting. Let's measure the length on them. Hopefully this picks up on my camera. This is kind of fuzzy, but it looks like 3805. 3805. And this one's just a slight bit bigger. 3808. See if I can get my camera to focus in on that. 3808. Let me get the Sunex one. 30, just a whisker shorter. 37 and some change. Okay, so now you're saying to yourself, CP, how could that possibly be? These sockets are the exact same. Well, the reason is because they're not being manufactured the same. We're going to show wall width. Let's look them in here. Get them in the octagon. We got 24, 27, and 25, 54. So the inside diameters are not the same. The wall thickness on the ADV is thicker. We don't know the metallurgy on it, but we can clearly, if you have a good trained eye, you can see there are some subtle differences. But the whole name of the game is we want to look like a duck, walk like a duck, but not be a duck. This is called Rebranding 101. Okay, Now, first of all, people think Sunex is a manufacturer. They are not a manufacturer, okay? They have a company in Taiwan that manufactures for them, and we're going to look at some of these differences. But once again, this is an ADV and this is a Sunex. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I hear people constantly say the ADVs are the exact same as Sunex and rebranded, when clearly we have a lot of differences. The recesses in the areas here are different. Not only that, for instance, we have some subtle differences in deep sockets too, which I don't have any here right now, but we're just looking at this, and this is all that matters, because this is enough evidence anyways to talk about this. But this is just not about Sunex and Matco rebranding. You know, we have other companies like Capri. They're also buying tools, but the quality level, you're getting that recess for faster engagement from the ratchet to the socket. And people think just because it's made in Taiwan that you're getting the same specs and whatnot. It may be coming out of the same factory in some cases, but the specs are different. So therefore, this is not a Sunex rebrand. Not only that, PTP out of Greenville, North Carolina is the distributor for this. So technically, that's not the same company anyways, if you wanted to go on it and go dollars for donuts. Just because a company is making it, because they're being looked similar and whatnot, doesn't mean they're rebranded. This is a very complicated deal here. I mean, this is made by Snap-on. Regardless of what a lot of people try to say, Snap-on is manufacturing tools. Mac is manufacturing tools. Cornwell is manufacturing tools. They have facilities for manufacturing. Now it can get complicated with Mac too as well, because of Stanley Black & Decker, Craftsman, Facom, all that stuff. We can get it. This is not manufactured by Mac. This is being manufactured by a company for Mac. You know, this is not being manufactured for Matco, or this is not being manufactured by Matco. It's by a company that is manufacturing for Matco. And Matco, even a lot of times, let me see if they go, yes, made in Taiwan to Matco specifications. Now, just because this is made in Taiwan, does this mean it's made by Sunex or the same factory as Sunex? And no, there's multiple different factories in Taiwan. I've blanketly said this before, that just because it's getting made in Taiwan, that they're all the same. And Taiwan still throws out. They have tools that have bad quality. But I do know, and I've heard this, is that Matco specifications that they use for their sockets, and let's pull up these were their USA made sockets. Now I am a little bit disappointed to see these not be made in the USA, but when Armstrong went down and they don't have any manufacturing, they can make sockets. Matco doesn't have any USA made sockets now. So, but are they upholding the quality of what the old USA made stuff is? I guess that's yet to be determined. And I do like the finish and the lettering on here. I do think that Matco is doing a better job than anybody when it comes to these. These are just mid-length 1/4 inch sockets. You know, there is a difference in the coating of sockets, you know, but they are maintaining socket integrity with ADV stuff. They have the OptiTorque design. These are the higher end sockets, which I don't know that you're getting the value. Obviously, they're saving a ton of money and making a ton of money. That's the one thing I will say. Matco is probably killing it with the prices that they're getting on these. These are being made. I need to get some USA Armstrong sockets and compare them to these to see if Matco is cheating us because they're selling Taiwanese sockets. Now, the Pro non-slip sockets I have had very good luck with, and I will say that for the quality and whatnot. Taiwan is definitely a major player in manufacturing. Is there cases where they're as good as USA? Absolutely. There's no doubt about it. But when people say that Sunex is rebranding ADV, you know, that's just not quite the case. The problem is that we just don't know where these manufacturing facilities are from. Now, in case Top Tool, they have their own manufacturing facility in Taiwan. Do they do rebrands? Yes, but they do manufacture tools in Taiwan. That's the thing about it is there's a lot of smoking dog and pony shows out there about these tools. But at the end of the day, there is a rebrand, and it's good to know. It is good to know, but you have to do a lot of research. And some of us just, quite frankly, don't care, and that's maybe why you come to my channel, is because you want to see which company's rebranding. But Sunex is not a manufacturer, guys. No more than Capri's a manufacturer, no more than no more than Ulsa is a manufacturer, no more than a lot of companies out here are not manufacturers. There's very few manufacturers left in the world today, in my opinion. In fact, there's a lot more companies that are rebranding. In fact, you probably go to the store and you see, you know, corn, peas, canned goods that have your stores, you know, Piggly Wiggly or, you know, such as my area, Hy-Vee, or I don't know, whatever store you have, they use their store name on that item. And that's rebranding, where they're getting it manufactured in the same plant as maybe they are, but they're also changing quality, guys. People don't understand that. This, clearly, when people think that this is the same as ADV, it's not the same. It doesn't even measure out the same. The specs aren't the same. But, you know, you're getting a different quality, and that's what you're paying for with some of this stuff to step up. So remember, you do get what you pay for sometimes. And is it necessary? This is one of those things where people will always get bent out of shape because they want to save money. Is it necessary to buy for this? No. This is a luxury, but it's also a luxury that some of us appreciate. I want to be able to have faster engagement in my sockets because I'm changing out stuff quick. This is a professional tool, professional line tool. This is somebody a DIYer can get by with, or anybody else, so which makes it a good socket, you know. Is the thickness and all that stuff a major factor? I've ran Sunex for years and I've never had any problems with a whole lot of cracking and breaking and stuff like that, but you know, it's nicer to have that extra insurance, okay? It's like, and insurance is one of those things, guys. A lot of us could probably get away with not needing it. Some of us spend our whole lives not using it. But insurance is better to have and not need than need and not have. So anyways, guys, that's the video for you. Rebrand City. Hope you appreciate it. Remember, like, comment, share, subscribe. Ring that bell! Remember, keep your hands dirty and your money clean. Thanks for watching.